where the fun begins.
Let's talk Celebration. How did you
Yeah.
enjoy London Celebration?
Well, it was my third Star Wars Celebration. I've attended two before, so two were both in Orlando, and
Okay.
both of those were so different because it was actually during times in Star Wars that very polar opposite. So the first celebration I went to was 2012 Celebration. I think that was the fifth or sixth Star Wars Celebration that to even exist.
Yeah.
And it was nothing that it is now. Like back then, you were just there to see people in cosplay, meet voice actors or some actors in Star Wars. And back then, it was just like Peter Mayhew, Kenny Baker.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill. Like it was just bits and pieces here and there. Ahmed Best was there back in the day. Like so
nice.
like the most, not the most randomest people, but like it was very small back then. Like to even to meet Mark was like $70.
Oh my God.
2012.
Oh wow.
Nothing is like that ever again.
No.
And the convention center really wasn't packed. Like it was still in the same convention center it was back in Orlando.
Yeah.
But we were only using half of the hall. And it was like there was no Star Wars announcements happening back then. No like Lucasfilm like none of those were happening.
Yeah.
And then 2017, completely different because we were now in the dawn of all these Star Wars movies. The sequels were coming out. Rogue One had just come out the year before. We just got the trailer for The Last Jedi. So it was just like all these things were happening during that time. And so like this celebration, I was curious to see like how that could get like elevated, and it did get elevated. I mean, so much was announced at and this past celebration, it was my first time in London. So that was fun. I've always said I wanted to attend an international Star Wars celebration. That was always my goal. I had a lot of fun. The best parts to me were meeting all the online people that I had gotten to know over the years in person. Like it's so surreal because like, you know, we build the Star Wars community and many times we're just like, we're never going to be seeing these people. Like we're streaming and we're so far away from each other. We're never going to be in the same room as them. But then once you're in the same room as them and you're in Star Wars Celebration, like you're like all the stuff that we love and we talk about, we're actually in the room for. And it's just all the great feelings. And then seeing all the amazing cosplays that just, you know, of characters that just came out. Like already seeing all the Andor cosplays, seeing all the Mando cosplays. Oh, so good. So good. And of course, like we got the Ahsoka panel. We got the Ahsoka trailer, something that I've been waiting for all year, to be honest. So it was a great time. There were some hiccups along the way, some things that I'll definitely keep in mind for next celebration when I attend in Japan. But yeah, other than that, it was overall a great experience. My body's mentally exhausted and I'm now suffering through post-con depression.
Yeah, me too. So 2017 Orlando, did you do all 4 days?
I did.
Nice. So that was my first celebration, but I only did 2 days because I didn't know what celebration was. And I was like, 2 days is enough. I don't need to go for 4 days. And boy, was I wrong, because that third and fourth day when I was at home, I was wishing I was there. And from then on, I never missed. Like Chicago, all 5 days. Anaheim, all 4 days. London, all 4 days.
I wanted to go to Anaheim so badly, but it was also during that time that like I had just moved to Atlanta. Like I was working in the film industry, so I really couldn't leave. But when I heard that it was in London, I'm like, I have to go. Yeah, Orlando was a great time. It was definitely like I used to live in Disney. I used to live in Orlando. I was so close to the convention center that like I still got there super early, but it was very nice living in the city where the convention was happening.
I know, and I was kind of hoping that 2025 would have been Orlando again, because like it's like a 2-hour drive for me, super quick, super cheap, super easy. And then they said Tokyo, Japan, and at first I was like, damn. But then I was like, damn, like I've always wanted to go, but like that 18-hour flight is kind of crazy. Now I'm gonna thug it out, and I'm making it happen, like nonstop planning, like
I
crazy.
literally, I will. What's funny enough is like next year I turn 30 years old, so my 30th trip is supposed to be. I'm supposed to be going to Japan, and my birthday's in August. So I was just like, you know
Yeah.
what? I can just push this like six,
Oh
7
yeah.
months, and that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing my 30th trip so it can fall in line with celebration because I've always wanted to go to Japan. Like I got
Yep.
into I'm a late bloomer when it comes to anime, but like I got into anime back in 2020,
Oh, nice.
and it's my favorite thing. Like I love anime so much. But I also have always admired Japanese culture. I've always wanted to
Yeah.
go, and I've actually started. I mean, I've been learning Japanese at this point since like October. Not saying I'm
Nice.
fluent, but I'm at least
Yeah, yeah.
praying by the time I get there, I can walk around without subtitles. So
Nice, nice. So, yeah, Japan's gonna be crazy, but yeah, London was a blast. I was really interested to see like how you were like how it would be an international celebration compared to like a US one, and like compared to the three that I went to in the US, a lot of it was kind of the same in the sense of the vibe, where it's nothing but fans, you're
yeah,
meeting people, the cosplay,
agreed.
and then you get the announcements. The only thing that was different was the Excel's layout was trash.
Horrible,
The tra-
basura,
yes,
garbage.
yes, the way the traffic flowed, the way they let out of the panels,
Oh,
nothing made
horrible.
sense. The layout of the halls, when the big queue hall was empty the whole time, like nothing made sense. So
I
that
was
was the
trying,
worst
yeah.
part.
I was trying to like when they send us the convention map weeks before.
Oh, I was
I was
dissecting it.
I
Yeah.
was dissecting it. I'm like, okay, so this is where this is going to be. But even that looked more organized than what we
Yeah.
experienced because I was not even expecting that whole thing in the middle. Like when you
Oh, I
saw
hated
Costa
that aisle.
Coffee in the middle, and I was just like, this is horrible. We're all trying to get around. It's hot because even though it was
Mm.
cold outside, that sun
Oh,
beaming in with that glass ceiling, like
yep.
heat everywhere. And what was crazier to me is I felt like in Orlando 2017, I saw more ADA accessible, like it was just basically if you had a disability or you had a
Yeah.
chair, you had, it was just more accessible to get around in Orlando versus Excel. Because I was like staring at many of these places. I'm just like, this is a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolute nightmare for anybody in a wheelchair. Because especially like having to push through all these people. I was just like, there were a lot of things in my head that were docking off, being like, okay, probably won't come to Excel again.
Yeah.
But when I saw the convention center that next year celebration or 2025 celebration is going to be in, um, everyone's like, oh my god, well, the lines in the queues in Japan are going to be crazy. I'm like, I don't think you guys understand how the Japanese work.
Efficient. It's gonna be efficiency.
Efficiency is key.
Yep.
Like efficiency will be their number one key in like Japan in 2025. Like I am, if anything, I am more excited to attend that celebration to see how organized and
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
and everything's gonna be. Like I Excel, like to me, a lot of the problems were also the employees working there because a
Oh,
lot
the
of them
temp
just were.
workers.
I mean, I get they were volunteers, and when you're volunteering, you're getting the badge really to work there, but to also
Yeah.
be there. A lot of times, people were just like spaced out, and just there wasn't a clear form of communication
Nope.
on many things, and it was kind of frustrating to me. So once again, I had a few hiccups here, like one of them being so the day of the Ahsoka panel. One thing that like got me really upset was the fact that, so I understand if you had the celebration QR code and there was a separate line for the celebration stage,
Yeah.
but if you had either Twin Suns or a Galaxy stage, you had to wait in the general queue. The reason why that made me mad is because I still showed up an hour before my before the Ahsoka panel
Uh-huh.
and had to wait in the general queue, and I didn't get out of that. I didn't get into the convention center until like less than like 9 minutes till the Ahsoka panel started.
Oh,
And
damn.
we were in Galaxy stage. We weren't in Twin Sun, so we couldn't just like walk. there and then get in.
There. Yeah,
we had
yeah.
to run to the other side of the convention hall, and
Oh.
like we made it in with, kid you not, like maybe 3 minutes to spare. And at that point, the Galaxy stage seats are all pretty filled, and I was with a friend who is also of my short stature.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're all here trying to find seats that are not behind these tall, like
people.
Chewbacca sized people, so we can see the screens. And thankfully, we found seats, and it was great. But like, if we were like even 5 minutes late, we wouldn't have made it in on time.
Wow.
And I think that's what made me frustrated. Is just like, you made this whole big deal of the lottery system that we have the QR code will be just go inside.
Yep.
But there wasn't a separate queue for the Galaxy and Twin Sun stages, that we still had to queue up with the general people. And if you're telling us on our QR codes, like, come 30 minutes before,
you can't. Yeah.
You can't. That ain't gonna work. So like, that was
crazy.
a big like knock to my day. But that quickly went away the second I saw the Ahsoka trailer. And of course, that was the day I met Hayden and Gwendolyn Christie. So that trumped over all the crap I dealt with in the morning.
That's so awesome. Yeah, the Ahsoka trailer. So the first one was good on Friday, but on Friday they also showed us the Acolyte trailer in the Lucasfilm panel. And honestly, that Acolyte trailer, I was more hyped for that than the Ahsoka trailer from the first day. Yeah, and I was shocked because I knew nothing about Acolyte. But then when we got that second Ahsoka trailer on Saturday, it took all the hype back. It blew me away. So oh my God.
I will say, I didn't get into the Lucasfilm panel, obviously, so I didn't get to see the Ahsoka trailer. So when my friends were texting me saying, yo, the Ahsoka trailer just dropped, in my head, I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, it's Friday. Like, there's not the Ahsoka like panels tomorrow. Like, why are they dropping it now? And I was kind of getting upset. I was like, wait a minute. So what the hell am I going to tomorrow if they dropped it today? And so I kind of was salty about that. But then I was in the room when it happened, and I saw the trailer, and I was like, okay, I take back my statement.
Yeah.
Retract.
They did that in Anaheim too. Friday was the Lucasfilm panel, and then Saturday was the Mando Plus panel. So at the Lucasfilm panel, they gave us a Mando Season 3 trailer. So then at the Mando panel, we're like, well, what are we going to see? They gave us another trailer that had an extra minute of footage that was insane. So, yeah, they do that. They'll do the general one on Friday that they'll release on YouTube to keep people happy at home. But then the next panel, you're going to see stuff that, like, it's just for you, which is crazy. So,
well, they didn't do anything like that in 2017 because I was in the Lucasfilm panel back in 2017. And but I will take this over anything else. I was actually in like the main room for the Lucasfilm back in 2017. So getting to see John Williams conduct in person was like the best thing in the world. Getting to see Harrison and Mark coming out.
Yeah.
I needed paddle. I needed to be revived because I was dead. But we got no trailers. What's crazy is we did get the Last Jedi trailer.
Yeah, I remember that.
It played in the general area where
everywhere.
The live stage was. Yep. So it's kind of like, so I thought that's how the trailers were going to go throughout Celebration, because that's what I experienced back then. But I'm like, oh no, I guess they're actually doing panels for this now.
So that's how it was in Chicago too. So in Chicago, there was a panel, you could see it, but they also played it on the live stage in the exhibit hall. So like for Rise of Skywalker.
I would say that was the Rise of Skywalker year.
Damn. Yeah, so my buddy won the panel, so he was sitting down watching it, but I was at the live stage surrounded by 2,000 people watching it, and it was super hyped to be in that crowd.
And you hear Palpatine's laugh.
Yes. We got the name reveal at the end. Everybody went nuts. You heard Palpatine laugh. Everybody went nuts. That was amazing. So when we went to Anaheim, I kind of figured it would be the same, but it wasn't. At Anaheim, there was none of the trailers. Nothing was played on the floor. It was only in the panels, which I thought was weird. And then London did the same thing.
So trying to be more secretive with this stuff.
I guess, but that sucks for the people that didn't get in, which was a lot of people. So